Hello there and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Daphne. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're just on the side pathway and we're going to be walking towards the backyard. I'm just giving you images of, how the yard is looking now in late February, early March, and how it's going to be looking very soon. The screen images are how the yard looks in early spring. This is how it looked in last year, February, March. So I just wanted to, give you guys a sneak peek of what it will look like in the next couple of weeks once the weather warms up a little more. So we're in the backyard. We have a bit of cleanup to do. I wasn't able to cut back all of these hostas on the back portion of the backyard entryway, so we're going to be doing that today. Again, I just wanted to show you how this looked last season, spring, summer, when we did the fresh pathway refresh and when all of the beds were nice and mulched and all of the foliage was grown in. This area has beautiful corbel and they're evergreen, but over the winter time it does take a big hit. So we're just going to be refreshing the space and waiting until the weather warms up a little bit so that we can get some fresh mulch down. I went to the garage and I went and I grabbed my bag, and I also brought out all the supplies that we're going to be needing. So I got the big huge outdoor trash can. I decided that we're going to be using that instead of using the paper Lowe's leaf bags, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work in sections. So we're going to be out here for about an hour or so. So I went and I got my bag, which has like all of my cutters, the lobbers, my gloves. I have water in there. I just always try to have it stocked with whatever I think I'm going to be using for the project. I also went and got my broom and also my dustpan, and we're just going to start working, in this little section. What I always like to do, if this is your first time by, is I like to work in like 15 to 30 minutes max at a time. And while I'm out here, I'm always trying to, work at a moderate pace. And this week I was trying to think of, what I do before I start working on a project. And the first thing obviously is figuring out what you're going to be doing for any given day. So I decided that I was going to work on this little section of the back path. So that was my plan for today. So that's what my intentions were when I came out here. And then I also made sure that I grabbed all of the needed supplies so that I don't have to keep running back to the garage. I find that once I started using that bag, it made it so much better for me. So do you guys, what are your approach, when you start a project? Do you find yourself going back and forth, to be able to gather your supplies? If you do, then you might want to try to use some type of bucket or gardening bag or something. It really comes in handy. So make sure you guys leave me a comment down below and let me know where you're watching from and what the temperature is like in your area this week. We are enjoying, we're in the mid 50s to low 60s. And I am in New York, in lower New York in Westchester County. And I garden in zone 7A. and I cannot wait for the next couple of weeks for it to slowly warm up so that we can get out here and we can start doing some major projects. So if you enjoy this type of content and you're enjoying the video, leave me a plant emoji in the comment section. So thanks so much, guys. So to make it easier with transporting the garden waste to the organic yard, because I'm gonna like just drop this off, I'm not gonna wait for curbside pickup. I just want to get it, out of the way. So I'm using one of those large construction sleeves inside of the bag, the container. So I'm using that because I'm gonna take this whole trash can and I'm gonna put it in the back of my SUV, and then I'm going to go drop it off at the organic yard. And I'm able to tie up the bag closed loosely so that once I get to the organic yard, I can untie it and dump everything out of it very easily. So I find that was going to work out a lot easier than having the leaf bags. The leaf bags I like to have when I'm going to be setting it out curbside, but I think this season this is what I'm going to start doing, and I might just make sure that I'm working and I'm getting rid of the debris at the end, of each time that I'm working outside. So we'll see how that works. So last year I had asked for you guys suggestion, and this year I'm going to be doing the additional screen. So I have images on the screen where I'm thinking about building a privacy screen to disguise the HVAC that's on the patio. So it's going to be boxed in, so it's going to be 3 sides, and I'm trying to figure out like what type of screen I should be making for this side of the patio. So I'm still torn. I'm still debating if it's going to have vines or not. So leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have any suggestions. So one other thing is that I like to make sure that I'm fully hydrated. So I made sure, that I have my water bottle out here and that I'm stopping, periodically to be able to rehydrate. Because sometimes as, gardeners and homeowners and whatever projects that we're doing, we're so focusing on the project at hand that we forget that we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves by not overexerting ourselves, and then also staying hydrated. Now, also one thing that you have to make sure, especially if you're working outside, you have to make sure that you put on sunscreen and also wear some type of protective hat, footwear, if it's going to be like rain boots, galoshes, or some type of gardening boots or shoes. Make sure that you have the right equipment, foot and also hats, so that it protects you. And then also, if you're working outside, and you can, because some people can't work with gloves, but if you're able to, make sure that you have the proper gloves to be able to protect your hands as well. So what we're doing is we're cutting back a lot of the plants that we weren't able to get to, and we're also pulling some weeds. Now in this bed, we have some sedum. So what I'm doing now is cutting back all of the dead stalks on the sedum. And now we're going to be moving over to the patio. I have this little planter. It's a ceramic planter, I believe. Oh, concrete planter actually. And I had stained it the other year, and I think I'm gonna have to go in with another coat of stain. And we have some autumn joy sedum, and we have a daylily, and I think we have some columbine on the left hand side. So we're cutting all of this back so that it can flush back out during the upcoming season. So I'm also going to be cutting back this planter and then also the large planter on the other side of the patio. In here we have some sedum and some dusty miller. So we're just cutting all of this back so it can all flush back out. And this one is the large dusty miller here, and some of it like has very thick vegetation, so we're just going to cut that out and it's going to push up new shoots for this season. It's going to be amazing. We've had it in these pots for, this is going to be the third season, and each year it just pushes out beautiful growth. So just to get back to the screen conversation that we were having, so the wall that is over my shoulder right now, so I have a little privacy screen which I'll show a closer image to coming up, and then also the barbecue wall which we created a couple of years ago. So that's an option as well, and I'm definitely considering it because we extended that wall on the secret patio on the side as well, so that might be a good option. So this little section I'm so proud of. I've been keeping it up. This is the barbecue section where we created this privacy wall and the planters several years even before I started posting on YouTube. And this past season we stained it. And then the little privacy screen, which is covering up the HVC, we created this past season, so 2024. I did a video on that where I shared it with you guys. So now that we were able to go into the shed, we got the hedger. I plugged it in and we're going to be taking out this ornamental grass. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm very careful because we do have some type of wire running behind it, so I want to make sure when I'm using the edger that I'm not, cutting the wire in the back and then I'm not damaging anything. So I'm going to be going pretty slow, but the technique that I did this year, I have to say, is probably the easiest that I was able to ever remove this ornamental grass. It wasn't overwhelming. I was just cutting in sections, and then I was removing it, and then I was immediately putting it inside of the trash can, as opposed to other seasons where I went at it with the edger and I cut it completely down and then I cleaned it up. So I find if I'm going in little sections and cleaning it up, it's much easier and much more manageable. So I just wanted to share this image, which was from this past spring after we were able to cut back all of the grass here, and then we were able to get the mulch down, and the balloon plant had started growing in, which is the plant all the way to the left hand side. So I'll be, stopping back, to this bed in the next couple of weeks once we start, doing additional cleaning. But I did want to pop that image up so that you guys can see, what is to come. So I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I am so happy that I was able to check off another refresh in the backyard. It was amazing on this day. It has been in the 60s for the past couple of days, so I am so happy that I was able to just accomplish a little chunk of the refresh that we need to do to the backyard. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you are having warmer weather in your area and that you're able to get outside and feel accomplished. So until the next time, have a blessed day.